5.6 magnitude earthquake struck China's Gansu province on September 27, 2025, destroying more than 3,500 houses and forcing nearly 10,000 people to evacuate urgently. The epicenter was located in Longxi County, within the city of Dingxi, and the tremors were felt across several neighboring provinces. The quake hit at 5:49 a.m. at a depth of just 10 kilometers, which amplified its destructive impact. Within seconds, high-rise buildings shook, windows shattered, and residents rushed out of their homes in chaos. But the worst was still to come. In the following 2 hours, the region recorded at least 42 aftershocks, some measuring above magnitude 4.0. This chain of seismic activity turned the early morning into an unending sequence of tremors. China's seismological network reported that the aftershocks included 6 quakes between magnitudes 2.0 and 2.9, 3 between 3.0 and 4.0, and 2 stronger ones between 4.0 and 5.0. The succession of events kept the population on high alert. As daylight broke, the scale of the damage became clearer. Preliminary reports confirmed that at least 17 villages experienced severe housing destruction, with 3,505 homes either collapsed or heavily damaged. Authorities reported that 7,812 people had to be evacuated to temporary shelters. Many families spent the morning outdoors as the aftershocks continued, while temperatures dropped below 10 degrees Celsius. The numbers kept climbing. Gansu's transportation department confirmed that at least 127 roads were damaged, and multiple landslides blocked access to the hardest-hit areas. The Longxi and Lanzhou Chongqing rail lines were disrupted, along with sections of the Baoji-Lanzhou Expressway. These interruptions complicated the arrival of rescue teams in Dingxi and delayed aid efforts. The provincial health ministry immediately deployed 21 ambulances, 83 doctors, and orthopedic specialists from Lanzhou University. Local hospitals declared a red alert to receive the injured. By midday, officials confirmed 11 people seriously injured, treated in hospitals in Longxi, Wushan, and Wenfei. None were in critical condition, but all required urgent medical care. Rescue operations were quickly mobilized. The fire department dispatched 260 personnel, 50 vehicles, and several search dogs. By 6:55 a.m., the first teams had reached Hualin village, considered ground zero. Official images showed collapsed roofs, ruined walls, and streets covered in bricks. Firefighters and rescuers searched the rubble for possible survivors while reinforcing unstable structures to prevent further collapses. However, the situation worsened further. Aerial photos revealed cracked roads, destroyed greenhouses, and entire villages turned into makeshift camps housing hundreds of displaced residents. Despite the destruction, communications remained operational. This allowed residents to share images and reports on social media, confirming the tremors were felt from Lanzhou to Tianshui and even in Shaanxi. Compared with the 6.2 magnitude earthquake in Jishishan, Linxia in 2023, which killed more than 150 people, this time no deaths were reported. However, material damage was severe and fear lingered across the population. The National Emergency Commission raised the response level to 4. Additional reinforcements were sent from Lanzhou, Longnan, and Qingyang, including 500 firefighters, 110 specialized vehicles, and 10 search dogs. Geologists warned that the scale of the damage was linked to local geology. The Lus Plateau, made up of soft sediment, amplified seismic waves, and generated stronger ground shaking than expected. The fragility of rural homes, most built with earth and brick, increased vulnerability. This factor explained why a moderate magnitude quake caused such widespread collapse in the region. Meanwhile, China was already dealing with another disaster. Just 2 days earlier, the south of the country had been hit by Super Typhoon Regasa, considered the strongest storm in the world in 2025. Guangdong, Shenzhen, Hong Kong, and Macau suffered massive flooding, with millions displaced and severe damage to infrastructure. Regasa also struck Taiwan, where at least 17 people were reported dead. The Gansu earthquake hit as the country was still trying to recover from that typhoon, amplifying the humanitarian crisis. The affected population now faced a double emergency. Authorities confirmed that more than 1.89 million people remained displaced in Guangdong after the typhoon. In Gansu, thousands spent the night in improvised camps under the cold autumn temperatures. Rescue teams warned of further landslide risks due to unstable ground after the tremors. Several slopes were declared dangerous in Longxi and surrounding areas. Weather forecasts added another concern. A new storm, named Boaloi, was moving into the South China Sea and could impact the country's southern regions in the coming days. Experts noted that in just the past 5 years, the Gansu region had recorded more than 30 earthquakes of magnitude 3 or greater, marking it as a constant seismic risk zone. The combination of vulnerable geology, fragile housing, and back-to-back disasters left the country on high alert. The Gansu earthquake and Typhoon Regasa showed the capacity of nature to strike in sequence. Rescue operations continued throughout the day, with priority given to villages such as Hualin, Rongfeng, and Zianjuman. Authorities stated that reconstruction would take weeks and monitoring of aftershocks would remain in place. The final tally for September 27th showed thousands of homes destroyed, dozens injured, and thousands displaced. China faced one of its toughest weeks of the year, marked by the succession of 2 major disasters.